Hey guys, welcome back to another teaching that I'm going to share with you guys, which is love spells, what not to do. Now this list can get pretty massive, okay? I'm going to give you a few pointers that I've made some notes on here that I'm going to share with you guys and chat a bit about, because I get asked this often with a lot of clients where I do one-on-one consultations, yeah? So, and it's important because a spell isn't, and I keep stressing this out in the vids, it's not just about the setup, which is important. It's not just about the relationship with entity, which is important. All of this is important. Knowing what you do is important. The knowledge behind it is important. But so are these other little factors that often get overlooked. Now, again, if you need a spell and you'd like me to cast it for you, obviously I'm going to cast it for you. I'm going to teach you the thank you invocation, which you do on your end, which is a lot simpler than doing the spell. And I'll give you all the things you need, okay? The information you need. And the knowledge, because your spells also fueled, by the way, by your knowledge, your emotion, and your intent, okay? So I'm going to share these little tips with you guys because I get asked this so often, and there's actually so much to learn, which is why I don't just offer spells for clients. I offer one-on-one, 1 hour consultations as well, which we can talk about anything, energy, entity, magic, your higher self, accessing your higher self, learning specific meditation techniques to access all of these things, okay? Remembering who you are, healing techniques. I cover basically all of it, guys. So on to the actual vid, okay? When it comes to love spells, what not to do. Firstly, the emotion must be the correct motion for the spell. Now, each love spell is not the same, which is why I have many variations of love spells and entities to call on to, because each entity, firstly, has his or her own order and speciality, okay? Now keep in mind, I'm mentioning that because the emotion must be correct, because a breakup isn't the same for everyone, and your longing or desire when it comes to a love spell can be different to the next client and the next client. Yours could be seeking a new love, seeking a healthy relationship, seeking to get an ex back. So the cases vary, okay? So the emotion in the spell, which is why I chat to my clients one-on-one and teach them, the emotion in there must be correct. So when you are performing the spell or the thank you invocation, your emotion must be one that you want to already receive, which is belonging, for example, love, happiness, harmony, peace with this person. So that is what the emotion, you have to tap into it before doing the work. Otherwise, you can interfere with the frequency. So no depression, no sadness, no negativity. Now, I know it's tricky because oftentimes that's what you feel when you're looking for these type of spells, which is why I say it's easier, and it's not a sales, but it is easier to get a good, proper, knowledgeable spell caster to do it for you. And many of them don't, but I will teach you the thank you invocation, which you will do on your end, which is a bit easier for you than actually accessing these emotions and spells, okay? Materials. Use the specific materials if you're watching my vids or my techniques that I give you, okay? And keep in mind, materials that you don't want to use when it comes to love spells is anything dead, stagnant water, rancid water, old or rotting offerings or flowers, anything that's rotten, whether it's the offering, the flowers, anything. You want no dead energy at all. Make sure your offerings are fresh and topped up at all times, okay? Also, do not waver in your communication. Never waver in the communication which is written, spoken, the vibration, and the scene. So once it's all aligned and the spell of thankification started, you gotta make sure the emotion is in check, the ingredients are fresh, etc. that we mentioned, but the sight, when you start to vibrate and see, is super clear. If anyone else or anything else enters your mind's eye while visualizing the creation, stop, take a breath, start again, or give me a shout to do the spell for you, because the visualization process is super important into finalizing the creation, okay? And then entity. Like I mentioned in the beginning of it, each entity comes with his or her own order, specialities. So you have to, if you're going to do it with entity which does elevate the spell, not completely necessary for any spell, but it does elevate the spell. And this is where, not to be arrogant, where I come in with my knowledge, you choose appropriate entity for appropriate love spell, because each entity, like I say again, is different. whether you're working with Duke Zephyr, Astaroth, Lilith, Dandelion, it all depends on the case, and this is what I'll go over with you as a client. So make sure your energy and entity is correct, okay, for the spell. And then again, lastly, do not rush these things, because if you're going to put that sense of rushness into your spell and hasten it, that's the frequency it's going to become, one of rush, which is this, which is there's no harmony in there. So again, guys, if you enjoyed the vids, the knowledge, share the vids, show the likes, guys. And again, if you need any of my service or teachings, hit me up. I'm going to get back to you. Be good or not.